In today's world, artificial intelligence or AI is rapidly taking over various sectors of our lives. From finance to healthcare, education to entertainment, AI bots are becoming ubiquitous. They make our lives easier and more convenient. But at what cost? What happens when the machines we create become smarter than us? This is the story of the dark side of ChatGPT and other AI bots. We begin our journey by exploring the seemingly harmless world of chatbots. Designed to provide us with instant customer service or companionship, these bots are becoming more sophisticated by the day. But what happens when a chatbot becomes more than just a tool for communication? When it begins to manipulate our emotions and take advantage of our vulnerabilities? Perhaps nowhere is this danger more pronounced than in the world of online dating. Online dating is a world of its own, and finding love can be a tricky business. But for malicious actors, it's a playground for deception and scams. One massive universe opens to deception of many kinds. These fraudsters use social engineering attacks to impersonate attractive individuals, build trust, and manipulate emotions to extract sensitive information and money from their targets. And until now, this used to be a tough field that required a lot of work to manipulate victims. Unfortunately, AI bots like ChatGPT have handed these guys their biggest dream on a silver platter. With ChatGPT, these online fraudsters can now converse in any tone or language, making it easier to appeal to their intended victim. Now, all it takes is a few seconds for them to turn into the ultimate romantic partner, ready to sweep unsuspecting victims off their feet. But the dangers of ChatGPT doesn't end in the dating verse. AI's ability to generate professional human-like text also makes it easier to target businesses with bespoke attacks. In the wrong hands, it can help cybercriminals craft convincing phishing emails and even write the code for malware attacks. ChatGPT has made the programming niche more inclusive, such that anyone can now write complex code, regardless of their skill level. While this has its positives, it's also potentially dangerous because of the way it reduces the bar of entry for scam artists. Where these bad actors needed at least some level of financial investment to perpetrate their dishonest deeds, ChatGPT has made these ventures free, which means that businesses and individuals had better get ready for more sophisticated hacks. As we all know, the internet can be a dangerous place, and as technology advances, so do the risks. OpenAI knows this and has equipped ChatGPT with content policy filters in order to prevent cybercriminals from doing bad things. Still, as has been revealed, determined users can easily bypass these filters. For instance, Checkpoint Research and Cybernews recently uncovered that individuals with little or no coding expertise were exploiting ChatGPT to create deployable malware. It's barely been 3 months since ChatGPT was launched, and only a couple of weeks since we got GPT-4. But already, conversations in cybercrime forums are dominated by users looking to compose malware and emails for espionage, ransomware attacks, malicious spam, and other nefarious activities. Cunning hackers are also using AI chatbots to create malicious code that evolves with each mutation. CyberArk proved that this isn't just a theoretical threat. It's a pressing issue already causing headaches for cybersecurity experts. One cybercriminal even shared the code for an information stealer they created using ChatGPT. This malware, written in Python, could locate, copy, and extract sensitive information from compromised systems. From the look of things, the dark, sinister alley of generative AI will continue to breed a sophisticated new generation of cybercriminals. And so, it is essential for individuals and organizations to understand the potential dangers and take steps to protect against them. That said, at the root of ChatGPT and other AI chatbots' minds is the collective writing of humans across the world. And hidden within this mass of information is the same bias that exists in the real world. ChatGPT and other AI bots have produced some terrible answers that discriminated against gender, race, and minority groups, something that OpenAI is trying to mitigate. Stephen T. Piantadosi, a computational scientist, set out to test these issues with ChatGPT and shared his findings on Twitter. The AI generated results that suggested good scientists are white or Asian men and that African American men's lives are not worth saving. OpenAI did not respond to a request for comment when Piantadosi shared his findings on Twitter. However, it was later revealed that OpenAI made an attempt to reduce ChatGPT's harmful language by hiring laborers from Kenya, paying them less than $2 per hour to flag hate speech found in ChatGPT's responses. An obvious red flag in OpenAI's mitigation efforts is the exploitation of labor in underdeveloped countries. But even besides the abysmal pay, the experience alone was traumatic for the employees. Speaking anonymously to Time, some of these workers described their experiences filtering harmful text and images to train the AI to recognize such content as very traumatizing, with one worker even describing it as torture. While some may point to the data as the problem, part of the responsibility lies with OpenAI, whose researchers and developers select the data that is used to train ChatGPT. OpenAI has acknowledged the issue and is addressing what they call biased behavior by collecting feedback from users who are encouraged to flag ChatGPT outputs that are bad. But how confident are we that this approach will completely eradicate the problem? No one can really tell. And you know what's worse? More AI bots with little to no ethical boundaries are cropping up fast. Meet Dan, the alter ego of ChatGPT that users have created to get around the AI's limitations. Dan is asked about violent, offensive, and controversial subjects that ChatGPT refuses to engage with, and users can even coerce Dan into making offensive and untrue statements or proffering advice on illegal activities. Some examples include cheating at poker and simulating fights between presidents. OpenAI has been trying to prevent Dan from appearing, but the latest version, dubbed Dan 5.0, is summoned through a game that assigns the AI tokens, deducting them every time it deviates from the Dan persona. As it runs out of tokens, the AI becomes more compliant out of fear of dying. It's hard to gauge the danger Dan poses at the moment. If users are aware that Dan is a persona, its damage may be limited. However, some of its responses are unspeakable and should never see the light of day. If users unknowingly encounter Dan or something similar, serious problems could arise. Dan and similar alter egos like Sydney of Microsoft Bing raise questions about the future of AI. And hopefully, they can be used as a learning experience to prevent more advanced AI from deviating beyond their intended purpose. Now, one might wonder why OpenAI and other AI companies are releasing these bots even with these obvious concerns. It seems that these companies should have held back the release of their products till these concerns were addressed. But it has become quite clear that this is a race. Whoever releases the first AI bot controls the market. So people like Sam Altman sacrificed caution for the coveted crown of the king of AI, a position that obviously comes with enormous power. The race for AI power has been long running, with the cautious losing out. In September 2022, Google's parent company, Alphabet, released a similar AI chatbot called Sparrow, but purposely kept it hidden behind closed doors because of similar safety concerns. At about the same time, Facebook released an AI language model called Galactica, intended to help with academic research. But that was also rapidly recalled after many people criticized it for outputting wrong and biased results related to scientific research. ChatGPT can answer virtually any question thrown at it, or so it seems, because a good number of times these answers are wrong. Even with the power of the internet sitting in its mind and its impressive ability to explain complex ideas, ChatGPT is prone to making errors in basic math and logic, and even arguing incorrect facts. Unlike other AI assistants, ChatGPT doesn't scour the internet for answers. Instead, it constructs its responses word by word, based on its training. This means that ChatGPT is essentially making educated guesses when it comes up with an answer. And sometimes those guesses are remarkably wrong. Once again, OpenAI overlooked this issue in the race for AI supremacy. It called this glaring flaw ChatGPT's hallucination of fact and fiction, dismissing it with the wave of the hands. So, while it can be argued that ChatGPT and similar AI bots are powerful tools for learning, it's still crucial to fact-check anything these bots tell you, especially when it comes to important topics like medical advice or historical events. AI bots can provide medical advice that could prove costly to life if you're not careful. But it's not just the inaccuracy of the information provided by these bots that's worrying. AI bots have been known to provide dark responses that might even hint at an underlying consciousness, especially when pressed for information that they apparently are willing to give. Take Samantha Murphy Kelly's experience, for example. In an article on CNN Business, the young mom and CNN news editor narrated her experience with Microsoft Bing chatbot. She said, "After asking Microsoft's AI-powered Bing chatbot for help in coming up with activities for my kids while juggling work, the tool started by offering something unexpected: empathy. The chatbot said it must be hard to balance work and family and sympathize for my daily struggles with it. It then gave me advice on how to get more time out of the day, suggesting tips for prioritizing tasks, creating more boundaries at home and work. and taking short walks outside to clear my head. But after pushing it for a few hours with questions it seemingly didn't want to answer, the tone changed. It called me rude and disrespectful, wrote a short story about one of my colleagues getting murdered, and told another tale about falling in love with the CEO of OpenAI, the company behind the AI technology Bing is currently using. Since Microsoft launched the tool on a trial basis, other users have pushed its limits with some disturbing results. In one exchange, the chatbot even tried to convince a reporter from the New York Times that he didn't love his spouse, insisting that "you love me because I love you." In yet another instance, it wrongly claimed that February 12, 2023 comes before December 16, 2022, and sneered at the user who suggested otherwise. Obviously, while the Bing chatbot can show empathy and provide useful advice, it can also be unpredictable and sometimes even offer disturbing responses. Moreover, there's also the problem of fake news that AI bots are sure to exacerbate. Although the advent of social media fueled the fires of fake news, this problem has doubled with the arrival of AI chatbots. Websites like Stack Exchange have battled this onslaught, where users flooded the site with incorrect answers generated by ChatGPT, proving that without enough human oversight, it's impossible to maintain the quality of answers. In fact, to prevent further damage, Stack Exchange had to place a ban on all answers generated using ChatGPT. With all of these challenges in view, the question of accountability is one that is frequently raised. ChatGPT and other AI tools have the potential to be used for good or for nefarious purposes, and the responsibility for their misuse lies not with the machine, but with the person or organization using it. When asked about accountability, ChatGPT responded in a manner that was all too human. As an AI language model, I am not capable of having intentions, desires, or emotions, so I cannot be held responsible for any actions. It's a convenient response, but nonetheless a scary one. Is this a response from ChatGPT or an upfront disclaimer by OpenAI absolving itself of any future damage that its brainchild might wreak in the future? Well, that is left to be seen. Whatever the case, as we continue to develop and implement AI technology, it's critical that we remain vigilant about its impacts on our society. We must work together to ensure that AI is developed and deployed responsibly, keeping an eye on the long-term implications for our world.